Okay, and we are live, everyone. My name is Adrian, and I am the Calgary lead at Startup TNT. Thank you all for coming. Before I get into the program, just a couple of housekeeping items. Thank you all for getting here on time. The bar down there, sadly, is going to close during the pitches. We're going to reopen a bar, though, right there, where, sadly, you guys are going to have to move, right at that table. There's going to be a bar up there. During the pitches, it can get loud around the bar, which is why we move it there, so hopefully social pressure will pressure you to be quiet during the pitches. But we have a great night planned. If you have to go to the washrooms during the pitches, there are washrooms up there around the back, so you don't have to walk down the stairs and disrupt the pitchers. There's up around here. And if for any reason we have to evacuate or there's an emergency, there are lots of doors around the foyer. Just be careful going down the stairs to the emergency exits. And with that, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce my co-MC, my friend, my co-investor, previous Startup TNT Summit winner, Alina Martin.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Adrian. Super excited to be here today. Super excited to see all the friendly faces in the audience. I know lots of people here. We've got a great program for you tonight with some incredible startups that you're going to see building companies from here in Alberta and hopefully around the world one day.
Alina, how does it feel being back up on stage?
It's awesome being on stage. What I found out was 2 years ago, I was on this stage at the KPMG stage, and I won. And little did I know, when I walked off the stage, I was the inaugural pitch of this entire facility. So, which was amazing. I mean, barely the paint was dry and we got to get up here.
That's pretty big.
Very cool, very cool.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, awesome. No, I don't have it. You got it? Mark in there? All right, I'm going to give us a land acknowledgement today. Tonight, we listened to the founders telling us the story of their journey thus far and where they are going. The power of storytelling connects us, inspires us, and brings us together in this place tonight. In the spirit of reconciliation and honoring the narratives that have shaped this land, we need to acknowledge the Indigenous peoples who are the original storytellers of these territories. The Blackfoot Confederacy, the Tsuut'ina Nation, the Nakota Nations, the Métis Nations, and all peoples who make their home in the Treaty 7 region of southern Alberta. In this journey of creativity and innovation, let us remember that the stories we tell have the power to shape our world and embark this evening with deep respect for the land, its stories, and its people. There we go.
Hopefully we don't see that a lot tonight. Okay, so thank you, Alina.
Welcome.
So the TNT effect. So like Alina said, she pitched up here, Summit 4, I believe. But we've actually done 26 summits. We've facilitated the investment of over $11.5 million into 84 companies in the prairies. Through over 340 angel investors. These investors have written over 1,500 individual checks. And I mean, take a look at this logo wall. It is getting busy. We have companies from every vertical, and they're all prairies-based companies. So that is the power. That is what we're here to celebrate and do tonight, is see 20 more companies pitch tonight. But we couldn't do it. Thank you.
Amazing.
We could not do that without our partners and our sponsors. So you're going to meet a lot of them here tonight, but just I want to acknowledge their support and how impactful it has been. So we have Alberta Innovates and Prairies Can, our core funding partners. Our best friends forever, Applied Pharmaceutical Innovation and CBRE. We have our best friends, MNP, RBCX, BDC, and Boast, as well as our close friends, Accelerate Fund, Alberta Enterprise Corporation, the Calgary Chamber of Commerce, and our newest one, the University of Calgary's Hunter Hub for Entrepreneurial Thinking.
Awesome. Yeah,
thanks.
Awesome. Big round of applause to you guys. Awesome.
We work with everyone with many people in the community, like our community supporters, and we're like Platform Calgary, who are here tonight in their facility. So thank you very much.
Woo-hoo.
So Alina, why do you invest in startups?
Why do I invest in startups? Well, if you spend any time with me, you'll know one thing that's really true. I love building companies. I love helping people build companies. I'm absolutely obsessed with contributing to this ecosystem. So for me, I do that in a multitude of ways, whether that's building companies myself, whether that's working with companies, whether those are startups or mid-market, and investing and running my family office, doing investing across a variety of categories. So feel very fortunate to be here tonight.
Yeah, and the change these guys are making, frankly, they are building the future of our province. They're building a future that I have 3 kids. They're going to work for some of these companies.
Yeah, I think about that too a lot. That's such a big point, right? How we're leaving the legacy of what we're building here for our families and our future. It's why we really build companies and do these things at the end of the day.
For sure. So how does it work?
All right, so how does Startup TNT work? So those of you that don't know, each investor pre-commits $5,000, which is pooled with the other investors and goes towards the winner. So why do we do it before we even see the companies? Well, why? Because Calgary is consistently building great companies and investable deals. These investors collaborate on due diligence, and this is a really important key factor, folks. Due diligence started on these companies a week ago. So each company you will see tonight has already had a whole bunch of due diligence done on it. Startup TNT is not a pitch competition, and I know that firsthand, and here's why. It's an 8-week calibrative due diligence process between angels and founders. The founders are really committed to helping these companies get ready to where they need to go by asking difficult questions and positioning them properly. And that's what you're going to see tonight, a whole pile of hard work that they've done over the last couple of weeks. Tonight is just the first of 2 marquee events. So it's a celebration showcasing some of the best local startups in our local ecosystem today.
Thanks, Alina. So now you guys saw the TNT effect, our total impact, number of companies, how much we've invested. But because we're in Calgary, I wanted to add a couple extra points here. In Calgary, we've had 186 investors invest in Calgary companies. 29 Calgary companies, over $4.5 million from Startup TNT into Calgary companies.
That's incredible. $4.5 million. Woohoo! Awesome. Awesome.
So what is tonight? Tonight is not our finale. Tonight we're not investing. Tonight we are celebrating, we are learning, we are watching the founders pitch. We have over 40 investors participating in this summit. Some of them are here tonight, some are not. But we also have other people in the venture investment space in the crowd and watching online. We have one startup did drop out, so sadly this is a 19, it's a top 19. But we've over 600 people have registered to watch Startup TNT events over 4 provinces, the four regions. So I know it says 500 on the side, but all afternoon, people have been registering. It's over 600 people, some online, lots in person. I think it's close to 300 registered to be here tonight, and maybe not all are here yet. Also in 5 cities, after parties. For those of you who know TNT, you know we do a happy hour every single Thursday night tradition. And we do it in Calgary, Edmonton, Regina, Saskatoon, and Winnipeg. So I think, and we've been doing that for like 252
I know,
weeks in
those
a
are
row.
great parties, you guys. Yep.
Tonight is the 3rd anniversary of Calgary Startup TNT.
It's a 3rd anniversary?
This is it.
It's amazing, you guys. A huge congratulations. Look at the impact. That's amazing, the impact that's happened over the last couple of years.
I think it's monumental. Obviously, that first Calgary Summit, Summit 2, was online during the pandemic, but still, we've been doing this for it feels like a long time, but it's only been a blink of an eye.
It does.
It's been a blink of an eye. Okay, so who's pitching tonight?
All right, over to me. So these are all the companies that you see up here on the slide that are pitching tonight. Pitches are starting very, very soon. So we're going to have a short intermission at about 6:45. So if you guys want to take a bit of a break at that time, watch some pitches, come back. We're going to resume at 7 o'clock. What's next? So by 7:45 to 8, pitches will be done. And you can stay here and network. I encourage you to do that. Ask questions, talk to investors, talk to people in this room that are building companies, get connected to your ecosystem of your city. It goes until 9:30, right? And then after 9:30, where are we going?
Right across the street.
Awesome.
Right,
So,
we made it easy. It's right across the street. The King Eddie.
can they go over there a little bit early, or do they have to? It's kind of 9:30.
I'm going to admit to not knowing the answer.
Okay. So make
It's
some friends
okay
here.
to not know sometimes.
Yeah. So make some friends here, have some great dialogue, and then head across the street and make more friends.
And if you're watching online, there are after parties in Edmonton, Regina, Saskatoon, and Winnipeg. And then don't forget, last most important thing, finale, register for tickets after tonight, register for your tickets on our webpage. The finale, November 16th, you won't want to miss it.
Yeah, so that's the top 5, right? So the top 5 are moving to November the 16th. So big deal, you guys. We need to cheer these startups on. So let's get the 5 on the 16th. Want to see you back here.
For sure, but right before we go there, one last thing, sorry. Every single one of these founders is pouring their heart and soul into building a business. And some of them are going to get investment, but some of them aren't. But every single one of them can get feedback that will help them build their business and help them improve their businesses or improve the way that they pitch. Maybe even just improve their slide deck or maybe words of encouragement. One of our investors, one of our ambassadors, Mr. Trevor Dufresne, I know he sometimes doesn't make himself visible. Anyway, he's built an awesome tool for us. He's built a Google Sheet for us. So if you take your phones out right now, I'll give you a couple seconds. Take your phones out.
Everybody get your phone out.
Scan the
Get your phone
QR
out.
code. There's also cards all over the place. If you don't have one, I've got some in my pocket. There are these little cards with QR codes. You can give feedback in real time while watching the pitch every single time. So we'll try and, between pitches, we'll remind you, like, get your phone out, do the form. This feedback will be collated, anonymized, and it will be given to the founders in a constructive way.
And it's so important to give feedback, right? When you're on this stage, it's hard. It's really, really hard being up here. And getting honest, constructive feedback is super important to building great companies.
Yeah. So thank you for that. Thanks for helping. Thank you, Trevor, for building this tool. And with that, let's let the pitches
get started.
begin.
Woohoo!
Yeah, okay, so to introduce our first group of companies, I want to introduce Derek Armstrong, Prairies Can, one of our core funding partners. These guys, we could not do this. They fund us across all 3 provinces, all 4 summits we're doing. Thank you very much, Derek. I'll let you take it away. Introduce Prairies Can.
Thank you so much, Adrian. I am really, really excited to be here. I'm pretty much excited to be everywhere, if anyone who knows me really well, but I'm excited to be in Canada for a lot of different reasons, on the prairies, in Alberta, and of course here in Calgary. I think there's no hotter ecosystem, not only in Canada, but around the world than Calgary. This tech ecosystem is on fire, and we are so bullish about this ecosystem. So really, really exciting stuff happening here. I'm Derek Armstrong with Prairies Economic Development Canada. So we're a federal economic development agency. We invest in both startups, high growth, high potential startups with non-dilutive funding, and also into the ecosystem. So Startup TNT, Platform Calgary, CDL Rockies, Energy Transition Center. So a lot of the ecosystem infrastructure that you see here in Calgary that startups can access. So without further ado, I would like to introduce our first pitch of the night, which is Daimler and Crop Mind, an ag tech company. Really excited about this company because ag tech is a big priority of Prairies Can. So Daimler, we should talk later.
And he's actually going to be doing it online. The rest are all in person. So is he queued up? I'll take it away. You ready to go?
Yes. Hello. I just need to share my screen. Can you enable? So I think you disabled the share screen.
This happens all the time to me, and I always mess this up personally.
Yeah,
so
it's
let's
good,
give
it's
a. Are you good?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Hi everyone. Can you see my screen? So how many of us here play Whack-A-Mole? Orchard management is like Whack-A-Mole, and there is a lot of guesswork and also educated guesses to make decisions which could go wrong or right. There is a 25% decline in apple production in Canada over the last 5 years, and this is attributed to the high labor cost. Most of this labor comes from overseas and is very expensive. On the team, we have over 40 years of experience in the industry. We have Damilare, who grew up on the farm and understand what the farmers need. Arif Mohammed with a PhD in artificial intelligence, and myself handling the operations of the business. We started this pilot in January of 2023, understanding the pain points of these growers, working with a lot of growers in Western Canada, in Annapolis Valley, and also in Atlantic Canada to understand and to collect a lot of data. Our solution is a computer vision solution, and we are nesting a 3D camera to collect data and other sources of data to build a model. And this model are going to be providing solution to these farmers to make insight and decisions. The benefit of this solution is that it helps them increase and optimize their time. It also eliminates guesswork, improving productivity and also sustainability for these growers with these data decision points. The precision market is very huge. The precision agriculture market is about 12.1% compounded annual growth rates, and we have over 6 million acres of fruit farms in US and Canada with a $500 million in obtainable market. This is the user interface of our product, and you can see it's very user-friendly. We've validated this interface with the growers we work with, and they are using this interface to upload data, view their dashboard, and see some insights. So this is the model, and this is how it works, and you can see the bounding boxes of the model. Our business model is a recurring B2B model, and we have two major offerings, which is basic and comprehensive, depending on the need of the farmers. We offer these services under these two business models. We have a lot of support, and we've gained a lot of community presence in Canada and across various industry segments. We are currently on the Thrive Academy accelerator program, also the Plug and Play accelerator program, and we have an agreement with MyTax for research and development of this solution, and we have other stakeholders that we are working with across Canada. Unlike our competitors, we offer tree segmentation analysis to calculate the branch cluster density of each tree. And this gives these farmers better insight to make pruning decisions. And we also have a low-cost hardware solution as compared to the hardware that are in the market currently. And this is our roadmap to scale this business to over $3 million in annual recurring revenue by 2026, and also to go more into robotics that will be used for harvesting and also for variable spraying in the orchards.
Time to
Thank you, everyone. And this is our ask. Thanks as you listen to us. Thanks.
Round of applause. All right. Well done, well done. Thank you, Damilare. That was great. All right, so next up is Mike with Mastrius. I'm really intrigued by this company. This is like something you don't see every day. I checked it out and I was like, a mentorship, a community for artists. So really, really excited to hear from Mike and Mastrius. Put your hands together for Mike.
And Julie DeBoer is also fishing.
Mike and Julie. Yes, please.
Hi. Mastrius provides the world's creatives with mentorship and community so they can find the success and joy that they so desperately want. We have $800,000 in revenue, we're active in 29 countries, and we've raised $720,000 of our $1 million round.
I was 7 years into my career as a self-taught artist, spinning my wheels and stuck before I gathered up enough money and courage to go to my first art workshop to learn from a master artist. Hundreds of dollars and kilometers later, I found myself completely out of my comfort zone. And yeah, I was in that, here I go. Sorry, completely out of my comfort zone. And sorry, there goes my minutes, I do. Well, I was learning from one of the best artists in Canada. Little did I know that that weekend would change the trajectory of my career. It wasn't just learning the master's technique that was really important. It was the mentorship relationship that followed afterwards, which was pivotal to my success. Now I am a well-known, respected, internationally collected artist who sells for thousands. So if that experience had been easier, more comfortable, more affordable for me to get that mentorship, that personal feedback, I would be 7 years further along in my career.
The global creatives training industry is worth a huge $130 billion and growing at 10% per year. The entire training industry is in the midst of disruption, and as we've all seen, social connectivity has evolved rapidly. The world is ready for Mastrius. Our company has been experiencing strong traction with quarterly revenues in excess of $200,000, and thanks to a 10% member fee increase earlier this year, we have healthy and sustainable margins.
Our members who come for the mentor and stay for the community tell us that not only are they learning everything they need to succeed, but they're also experiencing life-giving and supportive community. And a whopping 94% of our members give their mentors a rating of 9 or 10 out of 10.
Mastrius is a managed B2C marketplace where creatives who have hit their DIY ceiling get personal feedback from their choice of master artist in a small peer group, live and interactive over video conference. And our master artists love Mastrius because not only do we make it easy for them to give back from their lifetime of experience, but they get paid to do so. We are the only platform for creatives that combines the high value of live feedback from an expert with the safety of a curated peer community. We're raising $1 million for several projects that accelerate growth and decrease churn. This round is co-led by Metiquity Ventures and by an angel investor experienced with marketplace startups.
So join us, help us bring success and joy to the world's creatives, because we're not stopping at fine art painting. We're already in conversations with master chefs, authors, singer-songwriters, photographers, you name it. And so, yeah, we're gonna bring it to them too.
Thanks, everybody.
Well done, well done. Well done. This is not easy, folks. I'm just this government guy up here on a pitch stage. I'm terrible at it. Really, really well done. Thank you so much for all your encouragement. Really appreciate that. That's what makes Calgary so great. So next up is Niche with Neobi, and really sharp website. Check it out. I don't know what you call that, UI, UX, UI, user interface, for non-experts like me, but really sweet website. So welcome, put your hands together for Niche.
It's actually going to be Jeff, I think.
Awesome. Can I have the Jeff? Okay.
How you doing? This is a can of Coke. And to help you understand the problem that Neobi solves, I'd first like to explain to you how consumer packaged goods supply chains work. Our can of Coke starts at a production facility where it's bottled, packaged, sent to a wholesaler, who later distributes it to a retailer, who shelves it for consumers like you and me to purchase. Now, as our can of Coke makes its way down the supply chain, critical data about its location, performance, and demand makes its way back up market. And companies like Coca-Cola use this data to better understand how to fulfill demand needs with the requisite amount of supply. This, on the other hand, is the Canadian cannabis industry. Products move down the supply chain in a very similar fashion. However, that critical demand data doesn't make its way back up. This means it's impossible for producers and wholesalers to understand where products are in market, how they're performing, and ultimately how to fulfill demand. And this is the solution that Neobi attempts to solve. We are collecting the supply chain data, consolidating it into a single location, and then redistributing it back to the supply chain. This gives all these industry participants the information they need to make better, more informed, data-driven decisions to help fulfill demand needs with the right type of supply. So where are we at in this process? Well, step one was to collect the data. We completed this in 2022. Step two, take that collected data, turn it into analytics, and sell it as a subscription to the top 50 licensed producers in the country. This is our current business model, and we're generating $360,000 in annual reoccurring revenue with 100% year-over-year sales growth. Some of our customers include the largest licensed producers in the country, including Tilray, Kronos, and Pure Sunfarms. So where do we see this going in the future? Our data helps this supply chain understand the products that are in demand. And so by coupling this demand data with the ability to then transact those products, we unlock a significant opportunity for both revenue, but also to help the supply chain understand the performance of product and market. The Canadian cannabis industry is a $4 billion market, and we see $1 million a month in just this service alone, and demand we're already experiencing from our existing customer base. So, where are we going to spend your 250 grand? Well, step one, let's get to that revenue as quickly as possible, so we want to accelerate our product roadmap to be able to facilitate transactions. Number two, we want to take this proven platform to larger markets like the United States that are 10 times the size and suffering from similar problems. So what do I want you guys to remember about us? Number one, we're a revenue generating, high demand product with a proven team that knows how to execute its roadmap. But maybe most importantly, I want you to remember that Neobi is the centralized platform for weed, not Coke.
Well done. Congrats. Really great job. Great job. Awesome. All right. So the fourth pitch of the night is Mac with Threshold UAV. Really intrigued yet again with this company. There's a burgeoning ecosystem of UAVs here in Alberta, actually. So you'd be surprised about that. So really excited to hear from Mac at Threshold UAV. Put your hands together for Mac.
Hey everybody, my name is Mac Hunick. I have a background in competitive robotics, in avionics, and in aerial survey. I went to SAIT for mechanical engineering technology, and now I'm the founder of Threshold UAV. Food security is a growing problem. I think we're all feeling it these days. Next-gen technology holds promise for the future, but requires good data sources to be successful. And the ways that we're collecting data on farm fields today are really hard to scale. We need to see the bigger picture, and we need to see it now. Using our swarm drone mapping system and off-the-shelf commercial drones, we are able to cover large areas with high resolution data rapidly and repeatedly. The software we've built is intended for the average user, no expertise required, it's all plug and play.
Hi, my name is Sean Colson. I'm a co-founder of Threshold UAV with Mac. I'm also a third-generation Alberta entrepreneur and hold degrees in business management and accounting. So, Aerial imagery is widely used across the agriculture sector, but only about 4% of growers actually use drones themselves in their operation. In an industry that is facing extremely high and rising costs, as well as a dwindling workforce, and with advancing AI technologies, existing options for aerial data on the market today are not equipped to take this industry into the future. Our solution to this is to apply our technology into 2 business divisions, software as a service and a DevOps applied field services division.
Our traction is significant and it's growing. We started the spring with Alberta Catalyzer. We won a trophy at Adventures. We built out our prototype, which we demonstrated at AgSmart. We received our first grant funding. We worked on a swarm drone, spray drone project with Olds College and Decisive Farming by TELUS Agriculture. And we've recently been accepted to the Thrive SVG Academy 3 program. Our competitors are out there and they're fierce, but we believe that we've identified an underserved niche that's growing rapidly.
I'd like to introduce you to our third co-founder. Chris Lemon is a PEng candidate and has a background in project management, robotics, as well as aerodynamic manufacturing. As well as we've recently brought Shane Wade onto the team, and he is a SF-based, very talented software developer that was previously the lead of mapping at Embark Trucks. For financials, we are targeting a 3-year aggressive scale-up to achieve a 10 million ARR. And to achieve that, we are asking a $1.5 million raise over that time in a combination of both dilutive and non-dilutive options. Moving forward, we are going to be applying a IP protection strategy and executing it, as well as beta testing with testers around the world in warmer climates for a full product launch in spring of 2024.
Help us help growers see the big picture. Help us map thousands of farm fields in our backyard next spring. Thank you.
So much. Thank you so much. Excellent work. Thank you. I think I'm done.
I'll trade you.
There you go.
All right. I have the pleasure of introducing our next sponsor, Danya from RBCX.
Hi, everyone. So nice to be up here. My name is Danya. I am an AVP in RBCX's banking practice in Calgary. RBCX is a part of RBC that focuses on tech founders and entrepreneurs and ventures. We've built an unparalleled platform ranging from banking solutions to advising and consulting. But what we really do is help open doors for entrepreneurs and plug them in where they need to be, whether it be an ecosystem partner, a VC firm, or just advice that they're seeking. So it's my pleasure to be here today and to welcome Malcolm Adams for his company TangoRide.
Thank you. All right. Fast forward. Hello, everyone. So years from now, when I actually have grandkids, I can't wait to tell them the following story. Once upon a time, a group of very attractive angels invested in a company of mass disruption. In 7 years, that company went on to become a unicorn and was helping hundreds of thousands of daily commuters save billions of dollars a year. See, there was a problem. Despite a climate crisis, despite an affordability crisis, 81% of North American commuters shun affordable public transit in favor of convenient solo driving. But with great convenience comes great responsibility. Or was it irresponsibility? Every year, solo drivers were wasting $500 billion of their household income and inflicting immeasurable damage on society. But there was hope. TangoRide discovered in Calgary that 37% of commuters have tried to stop solo driving and form carpools. But according to census data, only 7% are successful. And that's because forming and sustaining a carpool is really hard, even with the help of apps. And that's why TangoRide came up with a new solution. We're creating a brand new category of commuting, and we call it real-time choreographed car trooping. And these networks allow for safe, affordable, and reliable commuting for the masses. Our Crackerjack team cracked the nut on car trooping in the fall of 2022, and we started making improvements to our MVP app. And by fall of 2023, we actually had 2 products under development and ready for beta testing, and those 2 products of mass disruption. By applying a B2B2C business model, TangoRide, and integrating these 2 products, TangoRide was able to scale rapidly. Users raved about the savings and the convenience of the TangoRide app, especially with such a small fee per ride. And they also enjoyed weekly prizes and other incentives from TangoRide's corporate partners that were keen on getting their employees back to the office. And 5 cents per ride goes into the Gift of Time charity, which TangoRide set up, which helped uplift vulnerable Canadians like never before. So with the help of angels, our 750,000 SAFE was funded, and we achieved our goals and more by 2025, of reaching 2 million in ARR. And by 2031, we were helping 1 out of 20 Canadians convert over to TangoRide, which was helping Canadians save $2 billion a year. And for those really attractive angels, well, they got to enjoy a really attractive return. So please, take out your phone, hit our QR code, and please help us. Thank you.
Awesome. That was great. Have to say, Malcolm, you have a really great way of telling stories. That was great. So now we will welcome Jason Hendrick from OceanML.
Thank you. Well, it's great to be in this awesome theater here. Thank you so much, Startup TNT, for the invitation to talk to you guys today about business proposals. So we're a company that is creating a business proposal writing automation software. I'm Jason. I'm the founder and president, co-founder and president. Okay, go. There we go. Okay, our mission is to empower businesses with useful, intelligent automation solutions. We think there's a lot of great things that can happen in the automation space, especially with generative AI that's come along, and we want to be a part of it. So I was a proposal writer. I know the pain of responding to an RFP. I've also issued them on the other side. I work for Nexon, and we did a lot of geoscience work, technical work, and it's just an awful process. You're spending a lot of time and resources. Even it's wasted time and resources a lot of times. You're spending 25 hours on average to complete an RFP, and you're only winning 4.2% of the time. So if you add up those hours, that's 600 hours a year at a cost of $115,000 you're spent losing RFPs. And a lot of people that write those say their process is not very good. So our solution is called Manta, and it allows you to respond to 50% more RFPs and spend less time writing them. And that can lead to winning 85% more business. So some of the key features, it's automatic, it's easy to use, it's a web app, there's a smart document uploader that leverages generative AI and summarization somewhere that's really good and easy to use these days. We've got some really interesting competitive advantages with layered guided prompts and verified, transparent, generated content. So anytime you're generating content, you want to check, where's the citation? Where did I get that from? Show it to me. So what's the opportunity? We're targeting all different professional services: accounting, legal, market research, software development. all sorts of early adopters ready to try something new. A lot of RFP writers don't have anything. They just use what they have, and they have never tried an automation solution. So what have we done? We've got 50 customers waiting for our early release software. We're hoping to launch here in November, and that'll be a great tool. We're testing it as we speak, and we're hoping to really fill a niche market that hasn't really been solved well. So our model, it's a two-stage model. We've got SaaS, and we've got enterprise. The SaaS, it turns out this tool works really well for grant writers. So if you're writing a grant, if you're a nonprofit, you're under-resourced, you're overworked, this tool lets you upload that document and quickly fill in your sections at a low cost of $9 a month. But more professional member is like a lawyer or someone in the marketing industry might want a professional membership with a Merck scraper actually suggesting which RFPs you should respond to. So yeah, our team, this is our leadership team. I come from AltaML, and I co-founded Summit Nanotech, so it's not my first go at startups. And great team, diverse skills, software, strategy, machine learning. Our projection is, we think it's pretty reasonable, 75% gross margin on a break even in year 3. So what are we asking for? Join our seed round. We're negotiating currently with a company in our 250,000 round, and give us advice. We're looking for investors to help us, point us in the right direction in this crazy AI Wild West. Thanks.
Thank you, Jason. For some of us who have written or responded to RFPs, we can attest that it is a very cumbersome process, and thank you for making it more easier and more efficient. Now I would like to introduce Stephen Laidlaw from Stelor.
All right, so 50% of you will own a condo at some point in your life. And 2/3 of those condos will face special assessment in the next 10 years. So look to your left, look to your right. One of you will be cutting a check for special assessment in the next 10 years. That's 1 in 3. All right, so the pain. I experienced that. I bought up a condo in Bankview about 15 years ago, and life was good. I was proud of that place. Walking to work, excited about bringing my friends over to see the place, and then I was hit with a building envelope replacement project. I lost $80,000 on that condo, and I just finished spending my life savings on the down payment 2 years earlier. So I talked to my parents, I talked to the bank, I looked everywhere for money. 2 of my friends in the building walked their keys down to the bank and foreclosed. I managed to stay solvent, but it set me back 10 years financially. And why? Because of poor condo capital management. So the problem, there are $10 trillion in condo assets in an industry that lacks data, knowledge, and tools. Condo managers are ad hoc. They're there to book services, deal with complaints, whose pet's noisy, who's smoking, whatever. They lack the skills to manage these very expensive condo assets and the capital behind them. Condo boards, they're self-serving volunteers. They're there to protect their investments. They're not looking out for the long-term viability of that condo. And so the solution, we have built a platform for condo capital management, and in doing so have collected an extremely hard to access valuable data set. Basically, we have complete inventory of all of the commonly owned property in that condo. We know how much of it, so how much asphalt, how much roof, what type, what condition it's in, how old it is, when it's expected to need to be replaced, what the 30-year projection for that condo corp and the reserve fund, the savings account on that condo, what that looks like. And so we can pull that data out to then provide insights and access a $10 billion total available market. So the highlights, I'm super proud that we've been able to grow 100% year over year for the last 4 years, and that we're on track to once again grow 100% in subscriptions, revenue, and users on the platform. And I'd like to, sorry. And finally, at this stage in investment, the most critical part of the business is myself and the team. And that's what you'll be investing in. In the past 10 years, I've founded multiple companies. I've closed some big deals. I've exited a few. Stelor is a horse that you can bet on. I want your investment. Thank you very much.
Daniel.
Okay, I would like to remind everyone to do the survey and give some feedback to our lovely founders who are coming up on stage. If you can, where are the QR codes? The QR codes are all over the place. Okay, well, thank you so much, Stephen, for your presentation. These days, with what condo prices are, I can't even imagine another 80 grand on top of that, so thank you for solving that problem for us. And now I would like to bring Julia St. Amand for Retinalogik.
Perfect. Hello. Can everyone see me clearly? Perfect. When was the last time you saw something that made you stop and appreciate the moment? Maybe it was a loved one laughing at your bad joke, or maybe it's the fall leaves floating gracefully this time of year. Or maybe for this crowd, it's that green check mark in your QuickBooks account. No judgment here. But in all seriousness, good vision is something we often take for granted. 2.2 billion people suffer from vision impairment worldwide, and for almost half of those, it could have been prevented or still can. But you can't treat what you can't detect. Unfortunately, current technology adds barriers to care. It's expensive, it's not portable, and it has a design that excludes patients from getting testing. The last time you visited your optometrist, you might remember getting this test done, but I bet you didn't know that it cost $50,000. Using our software, we can replace this fax machine with an off-the-shelf virtual reality headset. It saves 60% on total cost of ownership. It's portable, so you can use it anywhere. And we have languages so that we can tell the patient in their own language how to use the equipment. We're the only ones that recreate the same light optics as the gold standard for the most accurate results. Plus, it's faster than competitors. So far, we already have customers across Canada in optometry and ophthalmology clinics, and we're piloting with chain prospects who have over 5,000 clinics, which equals $20 million in annual recurring revenue with our business model. We've also secured our Health Canada NDEL and over $900,000 in dilutive and non-dilutive funding with investment from ophthalmologists. And I'm proud to say that we've also increased access to care for 400 people in Canada who previously didn't have access to this test. And we're just getting started. Using our software development team, we're going to increase the tests available on our platform so we can replace not only $50,000 worth of equipment, but $100,000 distilled into one headset. So today we're asking for $500,000 in dilutive funding so that we can double the exams on our platform, achieve $600,000 in ARR, and pursue the regulatory approvals for those other tests. On our team, we have 35 years of ophthalmology, 30 years in software development, 15 years in regulatory affairs, 10 years in AI, and 8 years in business operations. So help us to build the most wearable, universal technology available on the market so that we can help millions keep seeing the world clearly. Thank you.
All right, we're halfway through. Let's give a big round of applause for the last 8 that just went up. This is not easy, folks. It's not easy. All right. We're going to take a quick break, but before you guys go anywhere, you'll notice that the bar tab here, you didn't pay for a drink, did you? So there's a reason you didn't pay for the drink tonight. There are sponsors of our bar. So 2 things. The first thing is, 1, if you have a little bit of extra cash in your pocket, we'd love for you to sponsor the bar. It's a big deal to us. It allows us to put on events like this. Secondly, I want to say thanks to the people who did sponsor the bar tonight, and they are as follows. So Chris Patterson of Tallgrass, I don't know if he's here, so thank you, Chris. Raheem Nathaniu, I hope I said that correctly, from Fluid Biomed, thank you very much. And then we have our very own Adrian Mitchell from Startup TNT who contributed to the bar. So thank you. Yay, Adrian.
Hold on.
Oh, what?
Anyone can sponsor the bar tab.
That's what I mean. Anybody can
E-transfer, cheers at startuptnt.com. Any denomination will do. Just cheers at startuptnt.com. And we could give you a shout out just like this.
Just like this one.
Later in the program and on our newsletter.
That's right. $20, it doesn't matter. Every little bit counts. So thanks. We'll be back in 15 minutes.
15. Actually, a little shorter if we can. So get your drinks and come on back.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. All right. Can you guys hear me down there? Let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Okay, we're going to close the bar. Yeah. Can and like if you can get a picture somehow of the or like us with like from up there, maybe me and like talking to the crowd. Oh wow, I see a chinchilla. Good job. Okay, let's get back to the pitches. Brett Colvin. Welcome home, my friend. Get a drink and come sit down. Sarah from Piped. I just call people out. Let's go. We're going to open the bar up here. We're going to close the bar. And we're going to open the bar up here. That is happening. Guys, the sooner you sit down, the sooner we can get the stitches going.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. I know half the names though. I can call people out.
Start calling.
Cheers, Chris. I'm going to start calling names. We got, okay, Michael on the down. Fast on the bike, slow on the stairs.
You gotta come out, man. Yeah, you have a bike.
Oh, I made it up here quicker than you.
That's because you are hauling a bike on the
Okay, Joel. Okay. No new people in the bar line.
Adrian, are they all down at the bar?
Let's go. Yeah, right on. Okay, I just saw Ben. Cool. Okay.
Okay, we getting ready?
I can't remember who's first. Do you have my notes?
No.
No, just the Curtis. No.
No. William is first.
No. Shelby.
Shelby, yes. She's right here.
Oh, Shelby. There you are. Shelby. Do you want me to say your last name? Shelby.
Just Shelby.
Shelby Popper. Okay. No, let's. No, Lena, come back. We're just going to say a little hello.
There's a little confusion there.
Okay.
All right, are we ready?
Okay, guys, can we get your attention, please?
All right. We need you to bring the level down just a little bit, folks.
Okay, can we get your attention, please?
We're between them and beer, you know.
All right, we're going to start. We are live again.
Let's go.
That was pretty awesome. What do
It
you
was
think?
super awesome.
Pretty awesome. It's great talking over everyone.
Well, you know, maybe eventually they'll listen to us.
Okay, guys, we are going to start now. It's
Perfect.
my distinct pleasure to get this night going again. I want to introduce Shelby from Platform Calgary. Look at this building.
Woo! Yay, Shelby!
Here we are, KPMG pitch stage. Thank you, Shelby. Thank you, platform. Let's hear the introductions to the next companies.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Thank you so much for coming tonight. My name is Shelby. I work for Platform Calgary. I am the program coordinator for the early stage programming. I'm really excited to be here today and listen to everyone's pitches. And so stoked to introduce our next pitch, which is, should have been cooler and had my phone out beforehand. It's my first time, guys. Okay, make some room for Bill with Rocket Doctor.
All right. Hello, everybody. Thanks, Startup TNT folks. My name is Dr. William Cherniak. I'm an emergency doctor with training in family practice and global public health. I'm the founder and CEO of Rocket Doctor. So I'm going to transform and take you all out of this room at Platform Calgary to sub-Saharan East Africa for a second. And the reason for that and why this photo is on the screen is because my first startup was actually 10 years ago in the nonprofit space. I talk about it because in my hand in this photo is this really cool ultrasound device called the Butterfly IQ. And essentially working in rural villages in sub-Saharan East Africa, trying to sort out how do you bring access to care to places that lack running water and electricity, let alone physicians, came across high-tech diagnostics. We got some press through a project we set up in the New York Times, which really pushed me personally into the technology sector. From there, as a practicing emergency physician, just seeing tons of patients going to the hospital with outpatient primary care issues that really didn't need to be there, I was thinking maybe we could combine diagnostics, virtual care, and enhance access to services. So started at fall 2019, dove in headfirst at the start of the pandemic in spring 2020, and we've seen almost 300,000 patients with 300 physicians across Canada and into California. So a few numbers, 63% is the proportion of physicians that say they're burnt out. 6.5 million is the number of Canadians without a family doctor. 90 million people in the United States are on Medicaid, an insurance for folks at or below the poverty line, pregnant women and children. And here at home, 22% of Albertans live in rural communities, and only 7% of physicians work in those communities. Catching the problem? And so our system is designed to solve these issues. And we see the outcomes are extremely positive. 94% of folks seen virtually are actually managed virtually. Only 1% sent back to ER. Half are able to see follow-up visits and come back repeatedly month over month. It's not just a walk-in. We have great retention rates. It's a huge market, $5 trillion for healthcare, but this is really what we think we can execute and achieve with our actual billing and reimbursement model. We just got a grant from Google and are automating this really interesting system we've done to match patients and providers using LLMs and AI. And the idea is, how do you use technology to make healthcare more efficient? So Bluetooth-enabled stethoscope, digital otoscopes, natural language processing, and other things that actually improve the experience. And getting back to devices, we've now got a dozen of these stations across Alberta. Some of you might have seen them in your local pharmacy to enhance virtual care. And we're growing quite fast, so numbers are going up and to the right for patient volume, down and to the right for customer acquisition cost. We generate about $1 million a year and about 3 to 4 million in billings through the platform. Not just me, my brother was a corporate M&A lawyer at Torrey's. Dr. Joshi built Thomas Jefferson's virtual care program. Dr. Geller was the chair of family medicine at University of Saskatchewan. David Siegel is our lead engineer. And we got a deep bench of physicians across both Canada and the United States as we build and grow the market here at home, but then also into California and shortly into New York. So we're raising $2 million at the moment. We've brought in 1.2 from some of the folks that are in this room, from Halo Health, BDC. We've had past investments from Plug and Play and part of Alberta Innovates, and would love you all to get involved. So thank you.
That's awesome. Thank you, Bill. Can we get one more hand for Bill? So cool. Okay, let's move on to our next pitch to Jordan with QTI.
The FBI estimates that last year, cybercrime cost the US over $10 billion. My name is Jordan Smith, and I'm a co-founder and the CEO of QTI. And tonight I'd like to tell you about how we are leveraging quantum technologies to mitigate the cybercrime problem, and how you can be part of the solution. By 2025, it is estimated that cybercrime will cost the world between $10 and $24 trillion every year. And this is really just the tip of the iceberg based on cyber criminals with traditional methods and techniques. But recent and rapid progress in quantum computing and AI technologies means that when cyber criminals have access and can leverage these technologies, they'll be able to inflict far more damage than ever before. In light of these threats, the cybersecurity community has acknowledged that the methods we've been using to encrypt our data for 4 decades have grown obsolete. And the National Cybersecurity Center of Excellence at NIST has stated that it is critical to begin planning now to mitigate the threat that quantum computing poses to our current encryption methods. We need to transition to more robust methods right now, and 2 primary solution families have emerged in response. One depends on software, and the other relies on quantum hardware for data encryption. Both have pros and cons, but at QTI, our innovation combines the best attributes of both families into one solution. We're developing a next generation of quantum encryption hardware and combining it with software to offer unprecedented security. It also provides practical and cost-effective user network scaling, interoperability with existing software and quantum hardware solutions on the market, and a certification advantage as the world transitions to standardization of quantum technologies. We're calling our solution QSERA. The market that we're targeting is projected to be worth over $124 billion by 2030. And with our unique value proposition, we believe that we can capture 3% of that market for a gross annual revenue of $3 billion. Our initial beachhead market is the telecommunications sector, and we've established early traction with TELUS and have a planned pilot project to demonstrate our technology for end users in sectors like finance, national defense, healthcare, and energy and critical infrastructure. Our founding team, in addition to myself, includes Dr. Daniel Oblak, a world leader in quantum communications and cryptography, Ken Sharman, our head of product, and 7 research scientists. We're currently raising a seed round of $4 million US, and we would invite you to join with us in tackling this important problem, in helping us develop our technology, and in getting it into the hands of end users. At QTI, we are securing tomorrow's future today. Thank you.
Well done. That's awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan. I'm super excited to introduce Greg with Black Owl Systems.
Thank you very much. In the grand scheme of corporate accounting, whether a public or private company, many people think lease accounting is just a footnote. With changes in accounting regulations over the last 5 years, it's added a complexity that corporations struggle with daily. Black Owl is here to not only manage the accounting, but improve the way people, processes, and more importantly, companies manage their leased assets. What is lease accounting? In short, it's moved the lease expense off the income statement and onto the balance sheet. And what this has caused is a lot of complications, creating unnecessary calculations that people feel aren't needed but are required for corporate reporting. What's impact to this is accountants now are not just doing accounting for leases, they're also managing the entire life cycle of those leased assets, which before were handled by other parts of the organization. What is the problem? Your typical accounting systems, whether it's SAP, Microsoft, or Oracle, cannot handle those calculations. Whether you have, the other is Excel, the first generation lease accounting systems have struggled in performing all the required calculations and we're only focused on compliance. What Black Owl has done is we've created a solution from the ground up, focusing on the quality of life of the accountants in managing those assets and improving the speed and timeliness of the reporting. Our founders, first is my son Derek, fellow CPA. He's the visionary and the one who's got the experience with lease accounting. His early passion for building the ultimate accounting system and his passion for making it, helping customers do the right thing. Market opportunity is huge. When you look at a global, it's all companies across the world. looking for solutions to transform the office of the CFO. Yep. Yeah. 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 Okay. Thank you. And yeah, one of the things is our software is complete. What we have achieved is SOC certification, which is huge for a startup fintech company. The ask is $500,000 in a safe agreement. Why invest now is there's huge transformation in the office of the CFO, and we're providing technology to achieve that efficiencies. Thank you.
Well done. Awesome. Thank you, Greg, so much. Next, I'm excited to announce Raman from Conlis Inc. Conlis Global Inc.
Thank you. Hello, folks. Imagine the pain and stress you will experience if you find out your son has broken an arm, or your little princess had a bone injury in her gymnastic class, or your parents had a hip fracture which can impact their life. And imagine a surgeon which can reduce recovery time by months, or enhance their bone regeneration, or reduce revisitation and infection by using world's first nanotechnology-based bone wide filler. Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Raman Kaul. I am CTO and co-founder Conlis Global Inc. Bone injuries and bone procedures can lead to bone voids, which if left unattended can have complicated health outcomes. There are several products on the market which addresses these problems. However, they have their limitations. Current treatment strategies include use of allografts and autografts, which requires donors and has a high risk of disease transmission. Synthetic bone wide fillers have gained their popularity over a decade, but do have their own pitfalls. Our solution, NanoCement, is world's first nanotechnology-based bone wide filler, which has a small footprint and addresses all these limitations. It integrates easily with operation theaters. It can reduce operation theater time from hours to minutes. It regenerates your own bone. It can promote, or it can be impregnated with antibiotics and growth promoting factors to reduce your recovery time. It is also drillable, so it can be used as an aid to different bone procedures. All studies have been done preclinically, shown in animals, and it's been all published. So where are we at? We have done our product development and validation. We have done our animal studies, bench testing. We have filed 4 patents on this. 1 has been granted, 3 is in PCT. We have already carved our regulatory pathway, and all this we have achieved with non-diluting funding of $700,000 so far. Our outstanding activity is GMP validation of the product, applying for FDA and marketing sales. We are asking for $1.68 million for these outstanding activities. And the current market sits at $3.2 billion, which is expected to grow to $7.3 billion by 2031. Our conservative US market analysis with 0.1% market penetration and up to 7% market penetration over 10 years puts us at $2.12 billion in revenues. And NanoCement is applicable to 15 plus bone diseases and conditions. Our team has put 17 years into this research and development, and with the guidance of our clinical team. And I'm very thankful for TNT and Platform Calgary for giving us this platform, and for you guys for coming out and supporting us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. How many more we got to go? We got 4, 5, 6, 7 more pitches, folks. I have the pleasure of introducing our next co-host, which is Curtis from Boast. Curtis, come up.
Thank you. Great to be here. Great to see some familiar faces as well as some new ones. So Boast is maybe the biggest Calgary startup you've never heard of, as we were founded here in Calgary over 11 years ago, now all the way across Canada. We are a tech-enabled, full-service SRED tax credit firm. So anybody here getting that shred money? I know there's a few folks. That's right, that free money. So we do full service claim preparation as well as shred financing. So anybody looking for some non-dilutive cash in their pockets today, we can also pull forward that cash through our financing service as well. So without further ado, and enough about tax credits, although I know that's what everyone's here to talk about, I get to introduce, I think I've actually met David before, so we're going to get this right. David Trotter from HEJMAS. Welcome to the stage.
Okay, good. We're all wearing pants. Oh, wait, I need this. Yes. We are HEJMAS Agrifibre Technologies. HEJMAS makes manufacturing industry specification pulp from agricultural field waste instead of trees. Good Lord, I'm losing my mind. Come on, Merrick, turn it off. We do this using emitting 88% less CO2, using 80% less water, and 70% less power and time. Oh my gosh, I'm losing it. Yes. Traditional pulp overuses resources. Uses 32% of the fresh water available on planet Earth every year, deforests thousands of square kilometers of trees that take decades to regenerate, and emits carbon dioxide, other chemicals into the air, as well as contaminating water. HEJMAS helps farmers deal with this field waste that is of little or no value to them by taking that field waste and turning it into the highest grade pulp. Farmers can't leave this waste in the fields because it is tough tree-like material that takes too long to decompose. HEJMAS's profitability per ton is 5 times higher than that of the traditional pulp industry. We do this as a result of efficiencies in our process and efficiencies in gaining access to our raw materials inputs. Our intellectual property is patented in Canada, the United States, Japan, and the European Union. Our patent was accepted at 100% novelty, inventive step, and industry applicability. All 108 claims without dispute. HEJMAS valuation at 4 years is estimated to be $904 million. We've worked with our partners, our legal team, our investors, and we've reached this estimated valuation. I'm losing my mind again. Sorry. Our recent meeting last week with some industry executives, forestry industry executives with a great deal of experience in Sweden, actually saw our evaluation fully supported and had them saying, "You have the Holy Grail." HEJMAS still has a limited time pre-seed equity opportunity for $180,000 US, 250 about Canadian. Shocking, isn't it? We are in the process of finishing our molecular analysis, our sales samples, and finishing production samples at our Canadian lab, Econotech in Delta, BC. Our team, experienced in startups, human resources, human capital, marketing, government and investor relations, brings a combined 50 years experience to the table. We have another group that isn't on this slide who are also very experienced. We are HEJMAS Agrifibre Technologies, environmentally friendly, sustainable, and profitable. One of a kind pulp.
Well done, David. Thank you. Just a quick reminder, there's those QR codes out in the crowd, I think. Everyone's got them. On the tables. Cards on the tables. Scan those cards. We'll wait awkwardly. I'll start talking about tax credits again if we don't scan those QR codes. Absolutely. So while we're doing that, I'll get to introduce our next pitch. So now introducing a human using AI to curb the small business failure rate, Ryan Akers from Huumans.
Thanks very much, Curtis.
Great
Thanks, everybody. It's amazing to be here in front of so many accomplished business owners. And if we look around the room, not as many business owners are as fortunate. The small business failure rate is over 50% within the first 5 years. And we at Huumans are committed to curbing that dreadful failure rate. We've got issues like supply chain constraints, inflation, and all that's exacerbating this issue, and we're working to fix that. So we have a seasoned team that's done this before. We've built and exited, with the most recent being WagePoint. And we all have stories about how small business has impacted us personally, whether it's been good or bad or both. And we have an amazing advisory board here that's helping us out as well. So where does Huumans fit in? So larger accounting firms are offloading SMB services because they're not high enough margin for them. So bookkeeping and things like that are being offloaded. Now, the business owner's been caught in the crossfire because they're being offloaded from someone who they have a relationship with and trust to somebody who they might not know and might not be as qualified to handle the scope of work for them. That's where Huumans comes in. We're building smarter small businesses. We're technology forward. We're offering 24/7 support, weekly reconciliations to make sure that business owner data is high quality and up to date, and we white label for CPAs as well. And our market is large, 34 million SMBs across North America, a SOM of 885 million. We have competitors, which is great. We love that. It shows us that we're going down the right path. And we think that our big differentiators are the fact that we are deeply data-driven, and we have been able to marry both the services side and the SaaS side. They feed off each other, they help each other grow, and they add more value to our clients. So we built strategic partnerships. We don't compete with companies like Xero or QuickBooks. We actually partner with them to help bring us clients. And we partner with our companies like RBC Owner and the Canadian Franchise Association as well. And our customer lifetime value is sitting at about $75,000. So our ecosystem started with the strategic tailwind of bookkeeping. And we've since grown that into CFO for hire, tax, payroll, payments. We're building out financial services right now. And this is all interwoven by our proprietary AI engine that's called Quota. Quota aggregates, synthesizes, and turns large amounts of data into actionable insights for the SMB. So we're providing benchmarks. We're saying, in your industry, your cost of goods are 17% higher than your closest competitors. Here's how you might be able to fix that. And we're turning that into smart budgets. We're starting with those benchmarks and moving into smart budgets. So why invest in Huumans? We have a seasoned team that's done it before. Sticky recurring revenue that's diversified. We're scalable. We're expanding into the US right now. We've got Quota, our AI copilot, and a clear path to exit, with some options being mid-sized to larger accounting firms, data companies like Bloomberg, and so on. And our traction's been amazing. We've got 1.3 million in ARR right now. We're targeting 2.1 by this time next year. We're asking for 2.5 million, convertible note, 8% interest per year, 20% discount on conversion, and a $12 million valuation. And we'll use that toward marketing, which we haven't done yet, strengthening our operations, and rounding out the AI. Thank you very much.
Well done, Ryan. Thank you. And now the distinct pleasure of introducing our next pitch contestant, someone I've gotten to know a little bit recently, the past few months, Joel Edwards from Tressl.
Thank you. So most of you know that when you're digging in the dirt, you have to either click before you dig or call before you dig. But what you might not know is actually you have to get permission from the facility owners around you, especially large-scale projects like we're looking at here. Here's a real-world example of highlighted in red, where this could be a new pipeline construction. It could be a new power line. It could be fiber optic. And everywhere where they're crossing facilities, butting up facilities, using roads, et cetera, these are all permissions that, that you would have to obtain from the facility owners around. This happens a lot. Based on the Common Ground Alliance data, in North America alone, this happens over 284 million times a year, which we've calculated to be over $16 billion annually. I'd like to introduce myself. Joel Edwards, CEO and founder of Tressl. And I'm surrounded by a lot of people who are smarter than me. So what is Tressl? Software as a service platform. And what it does is it streamlines the process for the entire ecosystem. So from your land, field, engineering, signing authorities on both sides of the conversation. Why do our clients love us? We abolish things like wait times, where you can't construct your pipeline, drill your well for months. We've reduced that down in case it's 10 minutes. We increase things like revenue capture on road use, and major savings when it comes to administrative heavy lifting, where we can take the effort of one person and turn it into 8. And because we're a single source of truth, we can create significant data analytics real time. And how we make money is through a volume-based subscription model that scales from very small companies all the way up to enterprise. Speaking of, some of the most notable companies that we're working with right now are Strathcona Resources, Meg Energy, and Whitecap Resources. And what's really cool about our model is that when those companies come on board, they actually force everybody else to use the tool, in which we create a great user experience for, and then convert them. So not only does it have a viral effect, but it has a network effect as well. A bit about some of the competitors. The incumbent locally is Pandel, but really corporate IT, which are just trying to build what we've built. Over the next 3 years, we're looking to expand further across Canada, but primarily down in the United States. I can see our revenue going to, and this is our base case, to 6 million and over 100 paying clients. And for investors, our roadmap is to get liquid in 3 years, either by private sale or going public. And we see ourselves breaking even here shortly in 2024. So a quick summary. Tressl is developed. We're growing fast in the marketplace. We have big clients like Strathcona, Meg, and Whitecap. We're growing rapidly across North America, and we're seeking $1 million to accelerate that growth. Thank you.
Well done, Joel. Don't forget the QR codes. Adrian will come yell. So don't forget the QR codes, everybody. Last but not least, the last pitch that I can introduce, Joe Kinitsky with Howley.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joe Kinitsky, and I am one of the proud founders of Howley. Now, I had something else prepared for you, but somebody jinxed me about technical difficulties, so I'm not going to read off my pitch, but I'm going to paint you guys a vision what we're trying to do with our company. So, imagine a world where you had access to everything without owning anything. Now, I'm not talking about metaverse, like the sharing is caring, but you can earn a passive income. Howley is a commission-based online rental marketplace. It's allowing everyday people to rent out their items as an online community. Now, the global sharing economy is forecast to be $600 billion by 2027, growing $100 billion year over year with no end in sight. Now, there's some big gaps with this. The main platforms are focused on big ticket items. We're talking RVs, cars, houses. We're going to do a little bit of different approach with Howley. Howley's going to be for everything else. We're going to foster that sense of community, and we're going to allow people to rent anything. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. Now let me ask you guys a question. When you guys go to the grocery store, you don't go there to buy one single item. You go there to check off your whole list. Now we want to foster that same idea with Howley. We want to be that one-stop shop for rentals. When you go to the lake and you need a paddleboard, I want you to think Howley. When you're doing that next renovation down in your basement, I want you to think Howley when you go buy a tool. Right now, there's one other company in our space. It's called Rent2RE. We're both at the exact same level. But in North America, there's only 3 companies doing this, and we're slowly growing it. And sorry, guys. With our strong focus on communities, we're also focused on local businesses. Now, with our platform and with our Maps integration, we're going to drive traffic directly to these people's stores. So it works as a community. If you look around this room, I can tell you there's 2 things we all have in common. We all have things laying around our house that we don't use, and we all like to make money. Now, we've been launched on the App Store for about 3 months, and we've had over 3,500 downloads within the region. But we don't want to just grow within this region. We want to grow across this nation. Now, but we can't do this alone, so we're looking for investors who believe in our mission, who understand the power of sharing, and who want to join us in this incredible journey together. Together we can take Howley to new heights, revolutionizing how we consume, connect, and care for our planet. We're looking for $500,000 for our seed fund for 20% equity in our company. We want to use this money to grow our sales team and our legal team so we can grow this across North America. Join us today at Howley, and let's rewrite the future one rental at a time.
That was killer. Killer. Thank you, Curtis. Thank you, everyone who pitched. Is that okay, so just a few more thank yous before we get into our last round of pitches. So first, I want to thank my co-host, Alina, with very little notice, 3 days, 4 days.
We had about a couple of days. We had a few days.
What a killer. What a killer.
We wrote the
job.
script this morning. If we're honest.
You're not supposed to, you're supposed to say how the sausage is made.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
Okay, so anyways, you've killed it. Alina.
Thank you.
Thank you very
for
much
having
once
me.
again. Welcome back to the stage.
Yeah, thank you.
Also, a few of our sponsors that weren't able to be here tonight, CBRE, John Fisher co-hosted the very first Calgary Summit 3 years ago tonight with Zach.
Amazing.
So big shout out to CBRE, one of our longest sponsors. Couldn't be here tonight, but we want to thank them. If you or anyone you know is thinking of commercial real estate, we are happy to introduce you to John Fisher at CBRE. Anytime
That was
you
really
want.
good. That was really good.
Not my first.
Not your first rodeo?
Actually, that might be my first advertisement. But CBRE is great. We love John. He's invested in every single summit since that first Calgary Summit.
Amazing.
And we are super thankful. We would not be able to do what we do without them sponsoring us. Also, who couldn't be here, Alberta Innovates was not here tonight. We told you at the beginning, they're one of our core funding sponsors. They sponsor us in everything we do in Alberta. They're huge supporters of what we do. Love them and super happy to have them on board. And you did hear from other sponsors and partners.
Awesome.
Other fans of Alberta Innovates in the house.
Woohoo!
Okay, so now on to the last section. Were there, I don't know, Neil, were there any more Calgary ones? Unless Kevin from Memi is from Calgary, which we don't know.
Here?
Doesn't look like. Okay, so no more thank yous yet. Never too late to e-transfer to the bar tab. Cheers at startuptnt.com.
$20 will do.
Right. And now, you all know, I'm sure, recognizable BDC, the Manitoba community in Calgary. Dennis, take us away.
Very interesting. My name is Dennis. I'm with Business Development Bank of Canada. Do I say the only bank dedicated to Canadian entrepreneurs? We help all levels of entrepreneurs, whether you're mature, you're a startup. We care for everybody. I say we always love creating happiness, whether it's advisory, capital or finance. Just call my name and we'll be there. So this is great. I wonder, it's so amazing. I always stand, being out here. And I think we all, looking at everybody, this is what makes Alberta great, right? We're all amazing. Give it up for yourself, right? Appreciate yourself. This is amazing, right? Awesome. So, I'm not going to talk too much. I'm not going to say too much. So, continuing, I would love to call Alicia from Simpl.AR.
Alicia,
over here.
She was here.
She was. I saw her.
She was here. Okay. Let's just see. If are we able to go to Quack? Are you? Quack, are you ready? Would that be okay?
Okay.
Okay. Alicia was here. We did see her. So we'll give her a minute to come back. If we can go to Quack's decks, we'll load that up.
Okay. Then let me start again.
Okay, Dennis, reintroduce.
So give it up for Taylor from Quack.
Oh, we're going through tech. Awesome. Okay, let's retry that. The top enterprise companies still depend on one thing to book over 70% of outbound meetings. It generates over 40% of revenue. It's cold calling. No, I'm not talking about annoying telemarketers trying to sell you air duct cleaning. I'm talking about the 1 million sales development reps, or SDRs, around the world looking to make deep, authentic connections with future customers. Take Caspian, one of the top performing SDRs at Gong. He spends 2 hours every day listening to a dial tone. When you make 300 calls a week and only 1% of those turn into meetings, you would also feel frustrated, fatigued, and fed up. Enter Quack, the prospecting platform built for SDRs by SDRs to make cold calling more efficient. SDRs leverage the power of our parallel dialing technology to simultaneously call up to 6 prospects at the same time. SDRs can onboard in less than 2 minutes. We auto-detect voicemails and instantly connect you to the first live prospect to answer. Turning 4 hours of dialing a week into 20 minutes for SDRs, and teams that normally book 10 meetings in a week book 20 with Quack. As SDRs that hit 100% of quota for companies like Clearco, Clue, and Certain, Jake, our COO, and I know firsthand just how painful cold calling can be. Vinay, our CTO, helped build software at startups like Simple, Float, and Coho. The dialing market is currently valued at $2.5 billion and expected to grow 5-fold by 2028. And with over 4 million people in tech sales and 1 million SDRs globally, we believe we have a clear path to building a $100 million annual business. Parallel dialing technology has only been on the scene for the past few years. The 2 existing solutions, Orem and Nooks, are far out of reach for the 25,000 SMB tech companies, charging customers anywhere from $300 to $1,500 per month per rep. At Quack, we cost only $75 per month, becoming more accessible for the 25,000 SMB tech companies. But many people not in sales have told us, so you're just a feature. Well, we've spoken to 50 sales managers with over 300 SDRs on staff, and all of them love our laser focus on dialing, and as well breathe a sigh of relief when they hear that we don't have a ton of bells and whistles. And in August, we started selling, and after 2 months, we've reached 4,500 in ARR, and these are some of the logos we brought on. Here's one quote from Castile from Procurify, who said, "I've been able to book the same amount of meetings I book in a week in a day." We're raising $500,000 to help onboard 2,000 SDRs and 250 companies onto Quack by the middle of 2025, as well as onboard a customer success rep to help reduce churn and grow accounts, and as well bring on 2 engineers to help with completing our product roadmap and continued customer support. So if turning luck into repeatable sales is also your passion, then come join us at Quack, the first prospecting platform built for SDRs by SDRs.
Thank you so much, Stelor. So for our next speech, please welcome Alicia from Simpl.AR.
Hi everyone, my name's Alicia and I locked myself in the bathroom while I was practicing my pitch. I'm also the co-founder of Simpl.AR, and I think it's time that we transform the way events are planned. That's why we've created a drag and drop event planning platform that's accessed through augmented reality. It's a place where event professionals can truly come to collaborate, allowing them to generate more revenue faster using fewer resources. It may surprise you to learn that the way we plan events hasn't really changed in the past 20 years. It's a manual and time-consuming process that causes expensive errors and delays. Planning events is also chaotic because there are so many people involved, and we all know that many hands make for light work, but when each one of those people are involved in countless rounds of edits and adjustments, resources are wasted and mistakes are made. Even small problems can risk 5- and 6-figure contracts. Simpl.AR has the solution: real-time visual collaboration. Our customers will drag and drop items into place and then effortlessly export the layout, streamlining and simplifying the entire process. Think about it this way. How much faster would your team be able to complete a level of Super Mario Brothers in multiplayer mode versus playing one person at the time? That's the power of collaboration, and that's what we're doing for event planning. Future iterations are going to incorporate AI so we can predict attendee traffic. We have been working at the nexus of live events and augmented reality for the past 3.5 years, and we have seen the power of AR firsthand. That's why we're building our platform on it. And I blanked. At first, we didn't even know if what we were envisioning was possible, but our MVP proves that this concept is a viable one. We're the right team to bring a solution like this to market because we're already generating revenue and we're known in our industry as the augmented reality experts. Next steps for us include expanding our database of inventory, beginning to import and export layouts, and uploading venues. We have name recognition, an MVP, event expertise, and connections in the live events industry in the US and UK where we're going to market first. So we're asking for $250,000 in a pre-seed investment to fuel the growth of our development team and to bolster our sales, marketing, and operational efforts. Simpl.AR will scale globally because events happen all over the world. A quarter of the US marketplace represents $91 million in revenue. And we plan to go find these customers where they arrive to learn about event technology, which is at their industry associations. We've used this strategy in the past to grow an event business 100% year over year. We're an award-winning team of event professionals that are calling on you to help us seize this market opportunity. We're confident in our vision and trust that together we can make it a reality.
Awesome. So for our last speech for the night, please welcome Peter from Wildfire Robotics.
Thanks for the warm introduction. So I'm going to start on a personal note. My son was born last week, and when I look into his eyes, I want him, it's pretty cool. I want him to have the same blue sky summers that I had in my childhood, and you probably had in your childhood. But when I see the unprecedented wildfires occur in Canada, in the US, in Australia, and really all around the globe, I'm motivated to do something about it. The problem with wildfires is they've become impossible to manage. They're bigger, they're more intense, and they're more damaging. Existing technology is not keeping up, and emerging technology focuses on early detection and remediation, which is really critical, but doesn't address a flame front like you see behind me. And if we don't do something now, it's going to cost us even more into the future. Our solution is to mechanize and automate fire break deployment. We've built a working prototype and we've already stopped a fire. It's called Firewall, and it's a long robotic snake that can navigate long distances over rough terrain and spray a strategic amount of water anywhere along its length to stop a wildfire. It can be automated over time, and it can be done at serious distances, up to 10 kilometers at a time. Our value proposition to our customers is that we are the only fully complete containment solution. We contain a wildfire, we mop it up, and we monitor it in real time. So 100% contained means 100% contained. Wildfires is big business, $10 billion globally, and we believe there's a $900 million market for wildfire containment technology such as the Firewall. Our business model is to offer robotics as a service to wildfire agencies and private asset owners. And the Firewall competes very well against legacy options because it is easily scalable, available day and night, and doesn't require that many people to operate. We went and built an alpha prototype. We've deployed it 11 times, and we did a successful pilot demonstration with Alberta Wildfire this summer. We're going into contract negotiation this fall, and we have paid pilots next spring. We took what we learned on that alpha prototype, and we've built part of a beta prototype, something that could earn real revenue. And boy, I really wish we had it this summer. And actually, in this September, someone reached out to me and asked us to come up to Northwest Territories to help. So we're going to continue to build it. build our credibility so that we can strike when the iron's hot, because one of our systems can earn at least $500,000 in a single year. We have lots of traction. Most importantly, we have a ton of pilot demonstrations lined up, and we really want to nail them. We have a team that has built industrial robotic companies before and a growing list of advisors to help us out. We're looking to raise $500,000 to do those commercial scale pilots, and we're going to do it with that beta system I talked about, and hopefully we can do real wildfire work next year. And returning to the personal part, my co-founder and I want society to coexist with wildfires, not fight them. We actually need more, not less. So I hope that with a system like ours, we can return to a healthy forest and hopefully a blue sky summer. Thank you.
Okay. Wow. Join me up here.
All right.
Come on.
All right. It's my first day.
So what did we learn today? We learned that Calgary continues to have some amazing startups and inspirational founders.
So a huge round of applause for everybody who pitched.
Right.
Huge round of applause.
Okay. And where are we right now? I don't know if you guys can throw up the what next. Where are we right now? We are still 5 weeks out from the finale.
Yep.
Right? Every summit we've run, almost every summit we've run, has done over 3 deals per summit. Our average is 3.5 deals, so that tells you between 3 and 4 deals per summit. So odds are 3 or 4 of the companies you saw tonight will be getting investments 5 weeks from now. November 16th, right here on this stage.
That was good. We didn't even practice.
Now, another thing you learned, you didn't think you were going to learn this. If you win, you might have to come back and co-host.
That is true.
You might have to MC again in the future. I see other winners in the crowd. I know you're up there, other recipients. You may have to come back and do this.
It's true.
Okay. But before we go, I want to say thank you. We have more thank yous. I thanked Alina. You know, I just took over Calgary Lead two weeks ago. Neil Van de Bunt over there, he's been doing this for 3 years.
You should come up here, Neil. Just wave, say hi.
I mean, I like to say superiorly to me, but you know, that's for you guys and your feedback to give, because you can still give feedback on your experience at Startup TNT tonight. So I also want to thank Trevor for that feedback. There he is. He's not hiding. There he is. Trevor, give a wave.
There's Trevor. Trevor
put together the feedback form. We've realized that next time we're going to put the QR code in between each pitch, because that was sort of an improvement we need to make. And I mean, what else can I say? Let's close it out, Alina. I'm going to pass it to you.
Oh gosh. Well, thank you for letting me have the last word. Thank you, everybody, for taking time out of your day to come support all of these great entrepreneurs. I always encourage anybody, if you have a dream to build a business, you should. The only thing stopping you is you. So keep going, keep building great companies. We're doing amazing things in this province and in the city and across the world. So
absolutely.
Yes.
And
you know what's next is there's an after party at 9:30 across the street. But first there's drinks.
First down here.
Here.
Our stage crew and Selena, our bartender Alexia, they've been doing a killer job.
Oh yeah, that's
remember,
right.
Drinks are free, but you can tip, right? Tip your server, tip your bartender. They've been doing a killer job. Our AV guys at the top making it all work.
Yep.
Our operations people. You guys don't know this. We have 2 incredibly hardworking full-time staff sitting behind a monitor doing 4 regions at once right now in Edmonton. That's the space age we live in.
600 people today?
I think actually over 700.
We had over 700 people today. Amazing. Think about that ecosystem, you guys. Incredible.
Okay, that's it. I think we'll let you go. We'll let you go to the bar. Remember, till 9:30 we can stay here, and then we're across the street.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.